Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another project for the design team for ScrapFX. Today I'm working in my large Dylusions journal. I'm just adding a bit of gesso to the page just to prepare it for all the different layers that are going to be added. So once that's dry, I'm then starting off with quite a wet brush and I'm using some Sky paint. This is from Dina Wakley Media. And I'm just adding 3 areas of paint to the page and just moving the paint around with my brush that, like I said, is quite wet. And then before that was dry, I then went in and added some mineral paint, also from Dina Wakley. It's one of my favourite neutral colours. It's lovely. It goes so well with so many colours. It's lovely when you don't want a background that's too in your face. It's a good choice. So before those paints were dry, I'm then using this stencil from ScrapFX called Number Collage Stencil, and I'm using a baby wipe and I'm just removing some of the paint through the stencil just to add some quick pattern into the background before the paint was dry. So next I'm using Ocean and a sponge, and I'm using the same stencil, and I'm just going to add 3 areas of stenciling to the page just to kind of link it all together and finish off the background, the initial stages of the background. So then I decided I wanted a circle stencil, but I couldn't be bothered to root through all my stencils and find it, and I had a piece of paper on my table, so I decided I would just quickly cut some rough circles out, and I'm going to use this lovely blue colour from Amsterdam Acrylics. It's like almost like a denim blue. It's really pretty, like a lilac-y tone to it, and I'm just using a blending tool and just adding some of those circles onto the background. So then I'm using these crosses and dashes. These are like mark making stamps also from ScrapFX, and I'm using them with some StazOn inks, and in this sort of, I think it's called an ocean blue colour. I'm just adding some mark making onto the background. And then I'm using this Distress Oxide ink, also in like a denim blue colour, just adding some more marks using the same stamp. So then once that was all dry, I then started cutting out these lovely houses. These are also from ScrapFX. These are designed by Michelle Logan. They're lovely and colourful, and that's kind of why I've kept the background fairly monochrome, really, using all blues in the background so that they wouldn't detract too much from the houses that are going to be the focal point on this page. So then I'm using this lovely green colour, which is from Dylusions, and it's called Fresh Lime. I'm going a bit funky and using this for a border. So at the bottom it's going to be like a place where I'm going to ground the houses, so they've got something to sort of sit on, and then I just felt that the page needed a border. So this is a really cool tool that I came across. I know I've seen other people using them and I always thought, oh, that's just what a faff, but actually it's such a time saver, and it's just a really quick way to stick things in. So it's just like a double-sided tape dispenser. Found it at my local craft shop. So once they were stuck in place, I'm then using a Pitt marker pen, and I'm just adding some shadow to one side of the houses just to help try and pop them out from the background a little bit. You can see it does help to sort of, I don't know, make them stand out a bit, really, from the background. I guess you could also outline them in black if you wanted to. And then I'm just kind of regressing back to my childhood and adding some chimneys on the houses, and then I'm going to add some smoke coming from the chimneys, because why not? You know, you can do what you like, can't you, when you're journaling? There's no rules. Whatever you feel like doing. So once I'd done that and that was dry, then I used these flowers. These are some art by Marlene die cut flowers. So I'm just adding those onto the bottom of the page. Going for quite a whimsical feel with this page today. So this is the Number Collage stamp. It's also from ScrapFX, and I'm just using that with a little bit of black, but I didn't want it to be too dark, so I'm just kind of lightly brushing it over the stamp before I stamped it gently onto the page. So then I'm using this letter stamp set. This is from Dina Wakley. It's called Alpha Blocks, beg your pardon, it's not numbers, clearly it's not numbers. Alpha Block stamps. It's one of her newer releases. These are just stamped onto some Collage Collective paper, which is just a great resource to be able to dip into when you need some words. And then I'm just handwriting the rest of the quote at the bottom. And then I'm just outlining the border a little bit. And there we go, there's the finished page. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing how I've used these houses by Michelle Logan to create quite a whimsical art journal page. It's great using images that are already prepared on your page. It makes a quick art journal page. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.